Greetings YouTube, and welcome to part 12 of XWO Gaming's Guide to Dark Souls Level 1 Edition. In this episode, we're going to be collecting a few extra items as we make our way to the Duke's archives. So the first thing we want to do is warp to the Undead Parish. Once at the Undead Parish, follow the route we're taking here. Equip your blacksmith giant hammer and continue up the stairs. Head towards the parish, down past where we encountered the boar, down the ladder underneath the Drake's Bridge, cross to the other side, and sprint across the bridge, being careful not to get killed by the Drake's flames. Once you reach the other side, head towards where we encountered the Taurus demon. Go through the Taurus Demon's arena, and down the stairs to where we encountered Havel. Back into Darkroot Basin, follow the path we're taking, and this time we're going to defeat the Hydra. First, we're going to defeat the blue crystal golems. And if we're lucky, the Hydra may take one out for us too. While fighting these guys, just bear in mind that the Hydra will be trying to attack you as well. So just keep rolling if you see the projectiles coming towards you. Now that they're all dealt with, head down the hill towards the Hydra. This fight can be a little bit tricky, but with the upgraded blacksmith's giant hammer, it should not be too difficult. So head down to the waterfront. Be careful not to fall in. You can step into the water, but after a few steps it leads to a pitfall. Stand at the front and hold your shield up and wait for the Hydra's heads to attack. Once they do, with your weapon in two hands, attack the head that's nearest to you. Keep blocking and attacking the heads as they come towards you. One hit from the hammer should be enough to completely destroy a head. Sometimes the head will clip through the scenery, but you should still be able to hit it if you can get close enough. I'm just playing it safe and not going into the water to make sure that I don't fall in and die. Once the Hydra is defeated, you get the Dust Crown Ring and a Dragon Scale. Collect the Knight Armour if you want it. And head this way into the water. Keep hugging the wall and staying on the left hand side. And you'll notice a ladder leading up. We're not taking that route just yet. Keep to the left and keep moving forwards. And when you reach this point, quit out of the game and reload your save. Once you've done that, a golden crystal golem will spawn. He's a little bit tougher than his blue counterparts, but the same tactics apply. And 2 jumping R2s should be enough to defeat him. Once he's down, he reveals an NPC, who we can go ahead and speak to.
So, 'tis thou who rescuest me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged.
This is Dusk of Ulasil.
I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long, so
And she's a handy merchant that we can use to buy a few things from.
one thing. My home, Ulasil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee with thine approval.
So say yes to her question,
To thee, my heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shall.
and she will leave her summon sign at the start of the water where we first encountered the Hydra.
From my signature, it seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
Next, head back, this time keeping to the right hand side. The water can slow you down a little bit, so just keep sprinting and head towards the ladder, then climb up. Once at the top, cross over the bridge and head right. First, pass the ladder and collect the item. Then head back to the ladder and go up. And as you can see, we're back at Darkroot Garden. There isn't much to do here, so just follow the route we're taking. Watch out for the tree men, as they do blend in quite well with the scenery in this area. There are a few enemies in this area that we don't want to deal with. So just bear with me as I'm getting my bearings, because I do get a little bit lost here. Just follow along with what I'm doing and you'll be fine. So use a homeward bone to get out of there. Rest up at the bonfire and warp to Anor Londo. Once here, head back up the stairs and go left. There will be 3 giant knights in this area. We're going to ignore the 2 in front of us and deal with the one on the right hand side. You don't have to defeat this guy, you can just run past him. But since he hurt me, I'm going to deal with him. Head on up these stairs. And then up to the hill to a new area which was previously blocked by one of the golden barriers. Up ahead is another wild boar. Be extremely careful when fighting these guys because they will charge as soon as you get within aggro range. And they hit extremely hard. Unlike in the Undead Parish, there's not much space to fight this guy. And be careful if you do get behind them, because they will kick you like that. Just keep rolling in the limited space that we've got, and heal when you need to. Once he's down, carry on and head to the left. Press on forwards, and at the end of this corridor, immediately on our right, will be another armoured boar. Deal with him the same way. And if you need to heal up, always create some space first. Once he's down, head on into the room, and on our left will be the next bonfire. Use some humanity if you've got some, and do the usual routine. Reverse your hollowing and kindle the bonfire. So now that we're at the Duke's archives, we are ready to progress the story. From the bonfire, head up the stairs. Step onto the elevator and pull the lever. Once you reach the top, head on into the next room. These crystal hollow soldiers hit quite hard, so I recommend fishing for backstabs like you would for the Black Knight enemies. If you've gotten better with your parries, you can also parry them. This part can get a little overwhelming because there's a channeler in the next room, and when you reach the top of this stairway here, it aggroes lots of the crystal soldiers. Try to deal with them one by one. And as you can see, some of them are buffed, and that's because of the channeler. These guys can really mess you up, so just take your time with them. Next, back up the short stairway and to our right to deal with the blue crystal golem. And he will drop the broken pendant once defeated. This is the key to the DLC, but we will not be covering that in this guide. Next, head on into the main room of the Duke's Archives and defeat the channeler. Try not to let him teleport away. If he does escape, just hide behind the bookcases. Carry on killing crystal soldiers as you go. You can't roll through the scenery here, so just smash it up with your weapon and kill the crystal guy underneath the staircase. If you're lucky, the channeler will come to you, allowing you to get that final blow. So you can head on up the stairs to deal with the remaining crystal hollows. Even though the channeler is dead, they will still keep their buffs, so still be careful while you're dealing with them. Once at the top, try and bait one of the crystal soldiers down, because there's an archer on both sides. Keep moving so that the archer can't hurt you. And once one is down, feel free to rush the other. With all the enemies down, you're free to explore the area. There's a chest at the end of the balcony, and that contains some twinkling titanite. Step onto the next elevator and pull the lever to be taken up. Once up here, enter into the narrow corridor, and be careful because there's a crystal NPC who we have to deal with. This guy fat rolls, but he also hits pretty hard. so deal with him the way we deal with all tough enemies. Get behind, get the backstab, and try again. Once he's down, he doesn't give you any rewards. And the next thing we need to do is take off Havel's ring and equip that rare ring of sacrifice. This is the moment we've been holding on to it for, because the game forces you to die at this moment in time. So run up the stairs and kill the crystal lizard. Try not to let him get away. And when you reach the top, head on up through the fog gate. In here, we encounter Seath the Scaleless. He's completely invincible, you cannot win this fight, so let him kill you. And that's the reason we use the rare ring of sacrifice. So with that death, we're taken to the Duke's Archives prison, but the ring allowed us to keep our souls and our humanity. Once you spawn in, re-equip Havel's ring, and light up the bonfire for the usual routine. And that's going to be the end of this episode. Once again, thank you for watching.